There's no proper way to describe it. The only thing is just explain what you were doing, and even then people are just like,
If I was one of your friends and I was like, what is whoop-de-doo? If you're trying to get someone to come to a live show, what would you say?
I'd say if you want to see a bunch of grown adults acting weird with little kids, in like a positive way.
Yes.
Come on.
I usually say, when people ask me what Whoop-De-Doo is, it's like a kids-geared installation-based variety show. It's like a mix between Pee-wee's Playhouse and the Rocky Horror Picture Show.
I sometimes describe it as the home for wayward teens / 30-year-olds.
Oh man, that's pretty good.
Yeah, I feel like come here, you meet your kin.
I think if you are an artist or a creator, there's a lot of time spent thinking and talking about how we should talk about art. And finally to go into a space where it was like, all of those things matter, but we're not gonna focus on that. We're gonna focus on what we make. It was like refreshing.
Usually the artists that I've worked with, no matter how collaborative they want it to be, in the end it still has that like power dynamic. That truly collaborative space is pretty rare to find. Everyone here feels like they have like a significant say on what goes on in the show.
Hearing that,
The wig stick.
it looks awesome. What if you just had a wig talisman stick?
That would make sense. And I was trying to find a way to tie in like the hairy belt.
I feel like it's not a responsibility to myself to complete this crazy sculpture, but rather a responsibility to everyone because I know that it's this collective experience.
And you grew this kind of crazy hair. It's hugely about being in a community of people where it helps dissolve certain boundaries or certain limitations that I put on myself. All right, only one alarm clock wakes up this baby.
Go. Yeah. Go.
When I first started coming, I was like surprised by how much I then started wanting to be here like more and more and more, and you know, would say like, okay, I'll be there for 4 hours, and then it's 8 hours, and then like you really want to. And I really like watching that happen for other people too, like just to see the project like take on more and more meaning for people who like jump in.
I remember being really, not really, just slightly apprehensive / hostile to Jaimie and Matt when I first met them.
Oh, really?
And then we like were working with you, and then afterwards it was sort of like, okay, now we know what's expected of us, not to like do goofy stuff all the time, but like to like work on something that's like, whoa, at the end.
Ready?
I'm ready.
Are you ready? Are you sure? Is that comfortable?
Down a tiny bit. Yeah, that's good.
In the mouth, it's just like a finger puppet. Just a piece of foam in there that they'll put makeup on their hands so you can't see a human hand back there.
We spend hours and hours on an elaborate joke that lasts for like 2 or 3 seconds. And the actual motives where I think they're coming from like a completely different spot It's always under the thinly disguised veil of kid show.
For a lot of these children, like, these are their formative years. And so, like, when they attend a Dee Doo show, it's like, I don't know, a break maybe from their reality. It might be dreamlike for them. I don't know how it is, but like how do you explain it later on when you grow up?
How's it going, everybody? Welcome to Whoop-De-Doo! I'm so glad you guys are here at our wild-themed show today. Matt, are you ready to get wild?
Yeah, I'm ready. I do think that the fact that everything's going to get destroyed so quickly, I think it connects you more to like why you would have originally thought you wanted to be an artist. The times when you were younger and you were making stuff that people weren't going to see, or that you were just really into a process, you were really into a material, and you weren't worried about what does this represent. You just sort of get to work on something that goes into this thing that's sort of this weird, bigger work of art.
However it is that we put the word out, it brings the right people in that are from all different backgrounds, and like they have incredible hearts and they care about what I think are the right things, just like about each other and about a really valuable experience and about making something bizarre and memorable and meaningful together.